Hello, you fabulous female entrepreneurs. Welcome to our Ask the Expert session today with Adria Firestone. She's a member of our group. She's a great friend of mine, and she has got accolades a mile long. And let me explain to you what some of those things are. Adria is the best-selling author of You Are the Artist of Your Life. She's a contributor to the Huffington Post and presents seminars and keynotes on excellence and leadership. Adria has been on the faculty at New Jersey City University since 2003. She teaches voice, acting, presentation skills, and the business of show business. As an instructional designer, she's created and presented programs for, among others, Duke University, the National University of Singapore, Dubai English Speaking School, and Northwestern University. Fluent in 3 different languages, Adria was an award-winning opera singer and musical theater performer. Her credits range from her internationally renowned Carmen in Bizet's opera all the way to Family Guy. For our troops in Desert Storm, from Shanghai to the Pacific Rim, and from Cairo to Canada, Adria has performed throughout the world. The Spanish press called Adria Firestone a wild stage beast. And I have to confess that she's lived up to that name ever since I've known her. So she's currently the creator and leader of the Facebook group Speak Out, Be Seen, and Lead. It's a group for professional women like you and entrepreneurs. So welcome to Ask the Expert, and welcome, dear Adria Firestone.
Oh, thank you so much, Debbie. What a lovely introduction. I'm delighted to be here, and I've got my wild stage beast self on. Don't worry, I'm ready to go.
I believe that. Well, I put together some questions here that I would like to ask you today.
Okay.
And did you want to accept questions during the program, or should we wait until we've gone through the questions themselves?
Gosh, I'm either way. I'm flexible.
Okay. Well, I hope I can I can see the screen, and if I read something, I'll be happy to ask. Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
if not, we can do it later on. That's fine too. I'm flexible.
Okay. The first question, is video really as important as it's cracked up to be? Will it really put your business on the map?
Oh boy. That is such a yes, capital YESSSS, because of all we've gone through right now, not only because of what we are going through with the pandemic and with everything we've gone through in our lives at the moment, but even before then, we have been edging toward a much more picture, visual world because we're so interconnected because of the internet. Because technology has made such huge strides. It's, first of all, there are tools now that I didn't have 2 years ago, that I didn't have a year ago, to be able to reach my people all over the world with such ease, and to work with clients all over the world with such ease. Now, more than ever, you must, and I'm saying must, pivot to video. Because video is one of the most economical ways of you putting your business and you out there. Because if you can master the art of being succinct, of giving value, of knowing how to address a camera, all as you, being truthfully and honestly you are building know, like, and trust, which is what you want for your clients, like that. Because video is so visual. They're going to look at you in less than 2 seconds. I'm not kidding you, less than that. They have made a snap judgment. They like you, they don't like you. They like the way you look. You look like you know what you're talking about. You don't look like what you're talking about. When you see an entrepreneur get up there who is in her pajamas trying to tell you about her company And she's got sweaters on her teeth and her hair is all over her head because she figures, I'm at home, doesn't matter. Oh, baby, it matters. It really, really matters. So it's a tremendous advantage, but it also requires new skills. So yes, it can quickly grow your business. I mean, that's my specialty right now. That's what I'm focusing on, is helping entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, and professionals to get out there, step up to the plate, and put themselves out in the best way possible and in the most authentic way possible to put them, grow their business quickly and put themselves out there. It is being willing to be visible. And that's key. I mean, first of all, you have to want to be seen.
Right.
And then you have to learn the skills to be able to do it well.
And you're absolutely right about it being an amazing time, because how many shop owners in the past who are running a store have the time to go out and welcome each one of the people that walks in their door and spend time with them and get to know them? They don't.
No time.
Not to mention the fact that in order to bring that customer in, they had to pay for TV ads, they had to pay for exorbitant priced ads in the phone book.
Oh yeah.
And now we don't even use
it. Exactly. Maybe as a doorstop. It's true. It's true.
And so, YouTube is free.
Yes.
Most websites, you could just upload your videos and it doesn't cost you any extra.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a tremendous way of putting your business and you on the map. It's a great way to start. And if you have even an inkling inside of yourself that you're in a job, a job, that you don't really like, and you're saying, I think it's time for me to pivot to something, do it right now.
Yeah.
There is no time like right now.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Okay, number 2.
Yeah.
What are the most important elements of making a good video?
I'm going to do a Facebook challenge on this sometime next month, and I'll make sure I'll let you know. But I came up with 3 elements that I think are tremendously important. One of the things when you're in my group is, of course, you're going to find out what lights are best to use, cameras, all of this stuff. And most people think that that's the key. I say, no, it isn't. Those are tech tools. The single most important thing for you to make a good video is your desire to be visible. Are you willing to show up and be seen? So I have a marvelous exercise. Try this. I'm going to pretend that this is a mirror. You look in the mirror and you say your name. I, Adria Firestone, am willing to be seen. I'm Adria, and I'm willing to be seen. I'm Adria, and I am willing to be seen. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I do that exercise after all these years, I still get a fluttering in my stomach because I am literally taking off a couple of layers that we wear in society to protect ourselves. But you see, you have a camera's eye looking at you. And if you start putting layers in between you and the camera, well, what happens? You are covering your own light. You're covering your own radiance. So the first thing is be willing to be visible. The second thing, and those of you who are Brene Brown fans will certainly understand this, be vulnerable. Be willing to be vulnerable. If you're looking sparkly and shiny and your life is going like $1 million, I know you weren't always that way. Tell me about when you weren't. Tell me how you got to where you are right now. Be real. Become a really good storyteller. I was here, I dropped to here, I came up to here, and this is where I am now. Makes a huge difference. And finally, the third thing is value. You have to give your people value. And if you want to attract your ideal clients in a video, you have to realize that they are tuned to a radio station called WIIFM. What's in it for me, baby? And that's why they're there. So one of the ways in which you take the onus of all the responsibility on your shoulders is to give them what they came for. Give them what they want. And you may ask me, well, how do I know what they want? Ask them. Arrange for a virtual coffee. Arrange for a moment in time, a virtual tea, when you sit down and you ask somebody, what are the pain points in your business? What keeps you up at night? What do you love about your business? What excites you? What scares the heck out of you? Get to know the people you're serving. Because when you get to know the people you're serving, then you can inform the value that you give them on a video. If you take your visibility, you take your vulnerability, and you take your value, and you wrap that in some good production technique, then you're going to give your best. And you're going to grow into it. Remember, this is a skill set. You didn't come out of your mama knowing that stuff, okay? It's something you have to learn. So if you have the patience to do that and you give them those three elements, it will shift how your videos come across. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there a secret sauce to making client attracting videos?
Yeah. You. Okay, what do I mean by that? I can teach you a million techniques. I can teach you, make sure you're centered in the frame, make sure that the angle of a camera is a certain thing, make sure that you're illuminated and they can see what you're saying, make sure your audio is good. But none of those things takes fire until authentic you is revealed. And I mean the you without the masks. Because there's a difference when you look in a camera's eye. You can put on a shield or the armor of a little bit of yada da 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 when you're on stage. It's easier to do. It's easier to do because you're further away from your audience. But when you are 2 feet from a camera's eye, if you raise an eyebrow, if your mouth is saying, I'm so happy to be here, and your eyes are going, oh my God, I really don't want to be, it's going to show. It's going to show. So who you are authentically and finding out what it is you want to share is going to help you with nerves and anxiety. And it's also going to help you remember that it's not about you. That they came there to get informed about something that they need. It's not about you. The you, what's about you is your responsibility to learn the craft and do it to the best of your ability at this moment in time. Don't compare yourself to 5 days from now or 5 years from now. And don't compare. Comparison is deadly. Don't compare yourself to someone who's been doing video or has been doing shows for 40 years. And you say, oh, but they're so polished. Yeah, they're polished and they have a team.
Right.
Have you noticed how many of the newscasters and the people don't look the way they look when they had their hairdresser, then their makeup artist, and great lighting? You notice the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it does take a village. But you know something, I can teach you to be a pretty darn good village by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's important. Lord, what is that? Stop that.
Okay.
They're trying to get me. Okay.
Is there a difference between presenting on stage and being on camera?
No question. No question, Debbie. In a sense, that's what I was touching on. When I was on tour with the Man of La Mancha, and I toured both with John Raitt. Bonnie Raitt is his daughter. Fabulous performer. I mean, gorgeous voice, accustomed to the stage, very accustomed to live theater. I also was on tour with Ed Ames, who had done TV in most of his career.
Mm-hmm.
What I noticed, and it made it stand out to me, I don't think I ever realized it so much until I saw it in front of my face. John Ray kind of wanted to get through the dialogue because he was playing Don Quixote and I was playing Dulcinea. He wanted to get through the dialogue and get to the songs. And he would get to the songs and he would present the songs and the audience would go bananas. But when he sang The Impossible Dream, I mean, the roof came down, even when we were outside. And that could be 12,000 people or it could be 300 people in a theater. And he would just wow them. When Ed Ames would sing, although he had a lovely sound, a beautiful voice, his acting was so much more internal because he was used to having a camera in his face. So when he was on Quixote's deathbed and Don Quixote is dying, and all of the cast members are around him, all the characters are around him, Ed Ames made us cry. He just made us cry because he was so immersed in this character. John Raitt was at that point saying, the curtain calls are coming soon. And he was ready to pop back on stage. Ed Ames was very internal. So it is a different thing. And when you are speaking to a group of people, it's also a different animal than when you're wearing the mask of a character as well. So yes, it's a very, very different thing. The camera is a very intimate thing. It's a very intimate thing. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Can you give us one surefire tip to make our stage fright less than it is?
Oh gosh, yes. Because what do I hear when I talk to potential clients is, I hate the way I look on camera. I hate the way I sound on camera. And when I try to say something intelligent, I knew exactly what I was going to say. That little red light goes on and I go, blah, 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 blah. I've had the same feeling. Debbie, haven't you? Haven't you had the same feeling? So here's the one of the best tip I can give you is take a picture of your favorite cat, your dog, your grandmother. Oh, put your grandmother right beside that camera. Do you see how it changed my voice?
Right.
Do you see how it changed my delivery because I'm talking to her? Because that's something that scares people, especially those of us who are intelligent and we're organized. So we like to have control. Oh, we love to have control. And when you're with a live audience, you can see whether your audience is smiling at you, they're enjoying you, they're laughing. I'm talking to the camera all by myself. I don't know if you're picking your nose. I don't know if you care about what I'm saying. So I have to release that. Talk to one person. You can only talk to one person at a time. Talk to one person. Don't try to please everyone. If you please everyone, what's happening is you are diluting your energy and your force. Remember that the people that come there want what you have to give them, not anyone else. So if you give them what they want, remember radio station WIIFM, what's in it for me? If they get what they came for and they like what they see and hear, then it's not about you. Again, it's not about you. What I want you to get in the habit of doing is talking to one person, talk to that ideal client, and share what it is you know. See, I love sharing this. My passion is that I want to share this vat of all these details, all these presentation skills. I have this huge vat, and it is my passion to empower women. I want women to stand up, to speak out, and to lead. I want us to. So this is a great way of doing that. So it excites me. And my attitude is there's a million people who are out there doing this. If you don't like the way I do it, find someone else. Go find it. Go find it. Find it, because now's the time to do it. And I know that we women, we can heal the world. We will heal the world. The patriarchy, the pendulum is swinging the other way. It is time for a feminine way of doing business.
And the world certainly needs healing right now.
Oh, does it ever? Does it ever? And we are the ones who can do this. So I want us to unite in power and in strength and in skills, because this is a skill, and this skill can be learned. And of course, you work on mindset, because the rest of it is mindset. I'm in service. I'm in service to my passion. And that makes me happy, and that relaxes me. And I have said to myself, if you don't like the point on the end of my nose, it's okay. Don't look at my nose, or go find somebody else. It's all right. I'm not attached to that. What I'm attached to, I want you to stand up, and I want you to feel your own power. I'm attached to that. That's what I'm attached to.
That's a fact, believe me. I know.
Boy. Amen. Yes.
Okay, hon, how can my people here on the Fabulous Female Entrepreneurs, it's your group too, how can we find you?
Okay. You can go right here on Facebook. On Facebook, you go to facebook.com/groups/speak out, be seen. Speak out, be seen. And I'd love you to come and join my group, because we're always, I do Facebook Lives. We're always talking about different tips, and whether it's equipment, whether it's how I was talking yesterday about I am enough. So that video is up there, and why that mindset changes and affects the color of your videos, the emotional tone of your videos. Also, Debbie, a great idea, go to adriafirestone.com/gifts. No, gift, GIFT. And in that, at that link, you will find a way to be able to join the group as well. You just have to click a link, and there's a meditation, because one of the things that has changed my life has been meditation and gratitude.
Nice.
And so I just want to spread that around. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. And Debbie, thank you for inviting me, because I love sharing. I love sharing this.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so thrilled that you're here. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Do you see in the notes? Can you see the notes?
I see. Oh, wait a minute. I see. Yes, good.
Do I have it right?
Okay, get rid of the hyphens. It's just speak out and be seen with no hyphens. No hyphens.
I don't know if I can get rid of that. I might have to make a new one, huh?
Yeah, make a new one. Make a new one, and you'll cut that one out or something.
I'm sorry. I thought I heard you say that there were.
No dashes. No dashes.
Yes, Facebook.com
groups/speak out and be seen. Speak out, be seen. Get rid of and.
Speak out,
be seen.
Be seen.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there we go. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Perfect.
Cool. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good.
Okay.
And I'll also put them in the, for those of you who are watching the reruns,
yes.
I'll put them in the comments below, so you can grab a hold of that. Go join her group. She does some awesome stuff every Thursday at
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Yeah.
4 o'clock Eastern time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She does an awesome Facebook Live, and you always learn something great in it. And plus all through the week too. So we're so, does anybody have any questions? I don't see any questions.
I don't see any. Let me hit live comments. I don't see anybody right now. So maybe later on. If so, I'm certainly happy to answer them.
Yeah.
And if you would like a video breakthrough session, by all means, contact me. I will make sure that I put something in my group that you'll be able to click on it and get into my calendar. I think that's important.
Awesome.
If you're interested in seeing how video can work for your business, because sometimes it requires a little thinking of things in a slightly different way. Okay.
Awesome. You're the person to check with. So is there anything that you would like to say that I haven't asked you yet? Is there any final wonderful word. Pearls of wisdom dripping out of.
Oh gosh, Lord. I think I left all my pearls in the jewelry box. Wait a minute. I think I'm just going to elaborate a tiny bit on exactly what I said a moment before, that how important it is for we women to speak out. And we see that it's making a difference. Don't be discouraged by what we have not achieved. Instead, be heartened by how far we have come.
Mm-hmm.
From women being jailed, demanding the vote, and being unable to vote. Think about that. Not so long ago.
Yep.
To now, movements for equality and certainly equal pay, which hasn't happened yet, but it's evolving. And that the sexual abuse is coming to a halt. It is stopping. It exists, but it's up to us to say, no
more. Yep.
No more. I will not stand for this anymore. Because the patriarchy that was so strong before, and it had its time, and it was fine, now the pendulum is swinging the other way. And instead of the sword that chops off heads, now it's the cup that nurtures. And that is something that we each have to take personal responsibility for. That we know how valuable it is for us to stand in our power. And I tell you, I was not taught this. I came from a line of Europeans. My father's family came from Barcelona, and his mother from southern Spain. My father was born in Cuba. My mother and grandmother, my mother was born in the US, but my grandmother and grandfather on the maternal side were cut from Calabria, Italy. So what the tribal line, the tribal way of thinking from both sides, women were not nearly as important as men. And my mother actually got an education in costume design from Pratt Institute. The minute she got married, you guys, she stopped dead. And she had even worked with a French designer called Membochet, and she fitted the trousseau for the Duchess of Windsor. This was a talented woman. Wow. Never did another thing because she had been taught. Now, whether it was in words, did my grandmother teach her in words? Did she teach her by just the way she lived her life? Mm-hmm. That she just didn't put herself out there. And Debbie, didn't you tell me a marvelous story about your mother getting out there and starting her business? And for women like us, our mothers were born way back there. So for them to have, for Debbie's mother to have the gumption to start a business, and my mother not to ever do another thing with all the talent that she had. And she was a very bitter, miserable woman. And she would sit on a little stool beside my father's big chair and look at him adoringly while he ran away and ran around with seven other families. I mean, it's like, come on, wake up, woman, stand up for yourself. But she didn't know any better. That was it was so indoctrinated in her mind and her brain that that's the way to be. Yep. So I had to get out from under that thinking. So I invite any of you who are considering, well, should I do this? Should I risk? Hey, baby, yes. Are you going to fall on your butt? Probably. So you get up and you keep going. And I don't mean that for us to be successful, we have to act like a man. Anything but. There are ways of doing business that are heart-centered. And you don't have to slam your fist on the table.
Right.
You just don't have to. power is actually a very quiet thing. You know, my mother used to yell and scream all the time. After years of yelling and screaming, I used to go, oh, no, that station again. Let me turn that off. And I didn't listen, and I didn't have any respect, because she was taught that she was worthless, and that was passed on to me. And I had to fight through to this other level to say, I know I'm worth a lot. I deserve success.
You betcha.
I deserve love. I deserve to get out there and do something that when I wake up in the morning, I'm excited to work on my business. It's mine. When I walked off stage after 40 years on stage, I was on stage when I was 10 years old. When I walked off stage, what did I do? I built a business for my husband. Do you think I knew anything about construction? But I'll be darned, I knew how to run a business. I didn't even know I knew how to run a business. Now, this is my business.
Yeah.
This is my business. And I'm the one who's been taking care of him all these years. Isn't that interesting? So for all of us, if you have any doubts, should I, and you're sticking your toe in the pool, jump in, baby, jump in. Don't wait.
That's right.
Don't wait. So that's why, see, you put a quarter in me. You see what you got, Debbie? That's your own fault.
I'm not surprised.
You know me too well.
I love her dearly, folks. I do. She's awesome.
I love you. Mwah, and I love you.
Well, with that, I suppose we should, I don't think we can do any better than that one. So
good.
We'll end now.
I hope it worked for you guys and that you got some value out of this. That's what I would love to know. Let us know in the comments.
Please leave some comments. Let us know what you think.
Absolutely.
And definitely join Adria's group.
Absolutely.
We'd love to have you in there too. And with that, I guess we'll see you next Friday. So thank you. Bye.
Thank you, darling. Bye-bye. Thank you, Debbie.
You're welcome.